Connecting. How are you?
What's happening, man?
I'm just working my balls off. How are you?
Yeah, same here. We're not working. It sure seems busy right now.
I bet. How you been?
Sorry, I was running late, buddy.
Oh, that's all right. I get it, man. I get it. We're pretty loose around here.
In a rush, I put it down on a wrong day on my calendar for some reason. We got a lot of family stuff, a lot of crazy stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I bet. How's everybody doing?
Man, we're doing the best we can. We're trucking along, and just best we can, trying to figure it all out. And at this point in time, it's the first week of just kind of coming into this crazy new way of pace for me. Yeah. I was flipping. I was just kind of, I don't do well sitting still, and I don't do well. And I got plenty to do around here, but the first week, I was just going, man, I got to work. I got to provide. I got to be out there. And then, so the first week I was a stress case, and took a week of just kind of acclimating, I guess you could say, where I started slowing down, and it hit me. I'm like, I've never slowed down like this. I don't know this pace. This is completely foreign to me. Like, I've been on vacations where I've been busier, you know what I mean? And,
I do. I know exactly.
And then I started looking around, and I'm like, we got 4 boats in the yard and 4 trailers, and so there's always work to do. And then it's spring, so we're getting the gardens getting ready to start getting the garden cranking, and we got house projects and bathroom remodel and more baseboard to do and casework and insulation coming down in the garage and you name it.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as I switched my thinking of like, oh, now I actually have time to do all these neglected chores, not to mention hanging out with this legend right here.
Mr. Grady, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How you doing,
we've been
man?
having a ball. We've been getting out and fishing.
Yeah.
Huh, bud? You been getting them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's so awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's one of the bonuses of this thing, right?
Absolutely, man. Just this quality, awesome family time. And we've been doing some new cool stuff in the yard, hanging, new swing. We're going to build a tree house in a little bit. We got this new kind of,
surprise.
I don't even know what you call it. I've seen people have them in the park where they basically put like hang a toe strap between trees.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Say hey.
Yeah, he's no stranger to the camera,
huh?
No. That's awesome. Yeah, so yeah, it was odd for me as well because, even though we've been working every day, we've been able, through the governor's orders, we're able to stay apart and work every day. But you come home and everybody's just been cooped up in the house. We've got Laurel, who's obviously like, I think a week older than Grady. And then Rosie, who's almost 2. And my wife, she's at home studying to be a nurse, and they're just cooped up in that house. And just by the time I get home, all 3 of them are ready for me, and I'm spent, and we can't go anywhere and do anything. It's a crazy time. But, you got a double whammy because both of the things that you do, the two coolest jobs on planet Earth, got shut down.
Yeah, right before all this went down, I was about to fly to Chicago. Hot Water had a couple shows in Chicago, 2 shows in KC, and we were getting ready to do that, and then from there I was to
This is everyone's Zoom meeting at work right now, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Surprise!
And after those shows, I was then supposed to fly down to. You're right on the edge of that trailer, Bubba. Right after those shows, I was supposed to fly down to Florida and start recording a new solo record that's coming out
really?
on Rise. Yeah.
Oh, Brad.
And that was actually, I mean, I literally was supposed to be finishing it about a week ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Was that with John and everybody?
Yeah, I was going to have camaraderie on board for that.
The usual players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are jacked up, man. Jacked up. Are you going to go play with Mama in the back? Huh? All right.
So when you're, as far as what's going on in California, they're allowing you to fish recreationally, obviously, but as charters and guides, you guys, captains, you guys are pretty well shut down, right?
Yeah, man. And in fact, like right now, the word around the campfire is like, if you're not alone, or if it ain't immediate family, you're going to get a warning, and then you're going to start getting citations.
Wow.
And people are saying that, like, you may even just get citations, right off where they're trying to, they may be wanting to make an example out of somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're going to take your business and yourself seriously, there ain't no sense in risking any kind of red flag to me, as far as I'm concerned, so, yeah. And like going back is what I was saying before, man, I've never in my life slowed down like this. And I respect the fact that until I'm hobbly, old and gray, I probably won't ever slow down like this again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take advantage of this and do every bit of work. I've been maintaining gear and cleaning up the shop, cleaning up the fly bench, cleaning up all these little things that burn time, that when you're grinding and I mean, man, you know me, the way I roll. It's like, dude, if I'm not on dad duty, like you saw just there, which is, it's pep down all the time. I'm traveling. I mean, either in a plane, on a stage, or in a boat. Yep. And like, I will guide a day, come home, get everything cleaned, plugged in, and I'm off to the airport and fly. And then when I come home from a trip, I may have like a day off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm back on trips, and that's just the way I just work. And, so I don't know if I'll ever be in this position again where I have this much kind of time, unless either something really dries up or, God forbid I get hurt, or, something happens where I have to take this time off again. But in the meantime, to me, most important thing is just keeping myself, my family, and my community, healthy. Yeah. And stay productive, and we're getting ready to start. Been turning a lot of dirt and getting ready to, building some new planter boxes, and and putting stuff in the ground and in boxes and, you know, growing more food and whatnot. And then, yeah, you know, just all the tiny little headaches that come with, you know, maintaining and dragging around 4 different boats.
Yeah, greasing the hubs and hosing them out, pressure washing, and, you know.
It's a full-time job in itself. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's interesting. It's very true. It's one of the reasons why I want to talk to you, because you are so pedal to the metal all the time. And,
yeah.
You know, that's one of the big complaints that my wife has with me is that she's just like, can you slow down just a little bit? Just a little tiny bit. And I'm one of those people, probably much like yourself, who just goes constantly. And if I get 10 minutes of idle time, I'm mowing the lawn or doing something, you know, I just can't stop. And, you know, in fact, on my personal Facebook page, one of my favorite quotes of yours is "You rest, you rust," and I believe that. You know, I believe it as like a lifelong mantra. But to be forced to have to slow down is really an awkward and cool experience.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, at first, and if, you know, my wife would, you know, if you were to talk to my wife, she's like, yeah, you know, I got sent out of the house a couple times, you know, like, yeah, like, you know, take it down. Like, don't take it down a notch, take it down like 10 notches right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't do well sitting around, and you know, it took a little bit, but, and I mean, it's nice, you know, it's been nice to go fish too. You know what I mean? Like, I've been out a couple times by myself, and, you know, I have some access to some private water where, you know, I can go bring my drift boat up, and instead of doing a shuttle or having it, I just went solo and threw my mountain bike in the back of the truck, and I went and dropped dumped the boat in and ran my truck and trailer down to the takeout, and then did a long mountain bike ride back to the boat.
Yeah.
Through the mountain bike in the back of the boat, and the bike ride kicked my ass with like tumbling, and, you know, reminded me of how out of shape I really am. That stuff, but man, it was what I needed to hit that reset button and switch my thinking around from like, this is a crisis, to like, hey, you know, there's a lot of good that can come out of this right now, right here. Yeah. Enjoy this family time, you know, stay busy, you know, get everything moving around here, working a little more efficiently, you know, cleaner, more organized, you know, all that good stuff. So ever since it kind of, but just getting out and fishing, you know, when I'm guiding a lot, I mean, I don't know if there's many guides watching this right now. There probably is a few, I'm sure, but, you know, if you're guiding a lot, you know, you're not fishing. I mean, we're fishing, you know, but, you personally are not, you know, you're just you're an extension, I guess, or anglers are an extension of our fishing. But, yeah, man, I mean, it's been nice to just get out with the boy, and, you know, we've been picking up some spotties and getting up, catching some trout here and there. And we don't, until the fuel runs out, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't been to a gas station, and I mean, it's like from this driveway to the riverbed, you know, or straight to the boat ramp, and then back home. And,
I go,
I've been to,
I get up, I come here, I go to work, I get everything done around here, go home, strip down in the garage, hose off, then I can hang out with the family. And I mean, there's one other person here that's live. I got another person that's on camera all day from home, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
Luckily, we still, we've had a freezer full of meat for a long time, and with just like little things that we've needed at the store. I think my wife has been once and I've been once to the grocery in the past 4 weeks, so I mean we've stayed pretty stocked up, and we're blessed. I mean we live, we don't live on a big piece of property, but we sit on a little acre here, and plenty of space for the dude. We got our backyard campsite set up, and got the tent back there, and swing and fire pit, and cooking on our Traegers, and just living.
That's awesome. So with every large crowds being shut down, talking about sports not coming back for the summer, what's your take on the future of like live shows and live venues? I mean, it's hard to say, but man, what a question mark, right?
Well, I'll tell you this much, I mean, my schedule the past few years, it seems like every year it hone it a little bit more and more and more, but typically I'm on the water about 180 days a year, and then I play anywhere from 25 to 50 shows a year.
Mm-hmm.
And in those 25 to 50 shows, that actually translates to about, 75 days away from home, including travel time. And
yep.
You hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
There you go. And everything that I do, the way that I work, and the reason, I mean, because it seems like everything is calculated and planned strategically down to when I'm guiding, where I'm guiding, the year prior.
Yep.
More or less every, say, August-ish, more like in the summer, like June, July, August, I'm already planning and slotting stuff out for the following year, right?
Yeah.
And all the way to the end, and sometimes even into the next year. So, for instance, I mean, all those hot water shows that were on the books, I mean, shoot, those were planned like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And, this whole recording deal was planned a long time ago. Everything was booked out. Well, we had hot water we were planning on being in Europe in July. We were planning on being in Europe in November. I had another European run in December. Everything's been postponed. Everything's been pushed, and just out of safety, just safety net, because everything's so uncertain, man. I mean, we have no idea, and I think it's awesome. I'm happy that you're working, man. I mean, you're one of the lucky ones,
Yeah.
We had, today's garbage day, and I sat here and thought about that for a little while. The garbage man came, and I'm like, man, he doesn't have to take any days off, I mean,
yeah.
I'm inside I'm a little torn up and bitter about it, but like I said, I'm trying to look at every silver lining I can find, and just keep my head up, keep my chin up, and try to conserve funds and energy and resources and everything we can, and just keep healthy, because I mean, who knows, what word, I've had a boatload of trips. I was originally slotted to do those shows and then come back from that, that recording session, and then just straight guiding, until Hot Water went to Europe, I had some California shows in July. And a lot of my clients come from out of state, a lot of, what's up, generic surfer? Right on. Doing my best. Keeping on the sunny side.
That's right.
But yeah, man, I mean, a lot of trips have postponed, a lot of deposits been returned, and, it is what it is. And I respect the fact that it'll all come back around, and, just keeping a positive attitude.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time to see how many industries, but businesses and friends of mine who are small business owners, as like yourself. I mean, how do you take what's currently happening and adjust it to the new normal? And that's going to be the interesting thing, is to see how everybody handles that, because the natural human reaction is to curl up in a ball and just go, it's scary and weird, and it's not normal, I don't like it, and do nothing. And a lot of people have done that. A lot of people have closed their doors. And then there are those who have gotten a little fire under their ass, and they've said, okay, well, how do I look at the sunny side of this? And how do I find the little rays of light and the opportunities in here to do my business differently, and to continue to make that connection with my customers and fans and whoever it is? And, I love what Corey Brandon's doing with his Instagram interviews that he's doing with folks. And I mean, yeah, is he making money off of that? No, but he's keeping people engaged so that when the faucet turns back on, he hasn't gone by the wayside,
I'm just reading this comment from KW.
Yeah.
Who had to lay off 100 employees at 2 restaurants. Sorry to hear that. It is devastating. I have been in the music business for over, a quarter century now. The majority of the people that I know and love and grew up with either own a restaurant, work in a restaurant, own a bar, work in a bar, own a venue, work in a venue. There are so many of them that are in that service industry that are going through what you're going through, man. And I feel for you guys, and I'm sorry. It's been a rough ride. Hopefully this brightens your day.
There he is.
Yeah.
Well, man, so with the record, your solo record that you were going to work on, basically postponed, and all your fishing trips postponed and tours postponed. What are you doing right now to kind of keep yourself busy when it comes to work? Like, I know you're doing some live stream stuff, and you've got some things in the works.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, as far as income goes, there hasn't been much. We got, I mean, the way music business is nowadays, and the way it's been for so long, is that if you're not out pounding the pavement, you know what I mean? You're not getting paid. And even when you are out pounding the pavement, doing all that, and if you're like me, you're always the last one to get paid. So, there's agents, there's business managers, the venues, there's your crew, all the travel calls. Brother. All right. You all right?
Let's go.
Okay. And, all right. All right. We're getting a little fancy here.
Hey, that's all right, man.
But yeah, we're doing the best we can. You know, I'm playing some of these, trying to do some of these live shows. Hang on, Bubba. Papa's talking 1 second. I'll be in and we'll go rock in the backyard. Playing some of these shows, and you know, we've put the tip jar out and all that stuff, and it helped a little.
Yeah.
But maybe doing some more. We've been having. I'm amazed that we've had a good connection for this long, because we've been having some Wi-Fi issues here at the house, and you know, but planning on doing some more of that. And you know, we got the merch store up there. Where you know, on the music site, I've had a merch store for a while, and I'm starting to dig through some I got old tour posters and revival tour memorabilia, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Nice.
That might help with a little bit, you know, along the way. But you know, as now I've been lucky. There's been and that's been a huge help. You know, we don't expect everybody to do that, and I'm happy.
Maybe postpone it rather than cancel.
Totally. Which is, you know, so, you know, but yeah, you know, just trucking along, man. Trying to stay positive, doing everything we can, and you know, we have you know, we're at that age in our lives where, you know, some of our families not as healthy, you know, not doing so hot, and so we got that we're dealing with too. So we're just taking it day by day.
Well, I know you got to get out in that backyard with Grady, so I'm gonna let you go. But right. I appreciate you taking the time, man. And I'm gonna I got a hold of Trav the other day. I'm gonna load up the trailer when this stuff clears out of the way and go pay him a visit, and we'll stop and wet a line when we get down there.
Come on.
I will.
Yeah, we'll go get after it.
All right, Grady, good to see you, buddy. Take care of your dad, all right? See you, man.
All right.
See you.
Thanks, everybody.